So I wanted to make this video about why I'm opposed to almost all COVID narrative. I'm opposed to forced vaccines. I'm opposed to mask mandates. I'm opposed to lockdown. And I'm opposed to social distancing. If you want to do all that, that's fine. But I'm opposed to it being inflicted on people, forced, or coerced, such as threatening their job if they don't do all this. So I would have been opposed to all this no matter what. It doesn't, whatever virus is out there, it could have been the bubonic plague, and I would have been opposed to lockdown and all of it, because how can you tell people they can't even leave their house, they can't go to work, they can't live their lives? There's no way that any virus, anything, warrants taking people away from that. We watched unbelievable, horrific damage be inflicted across the world. People were put out of a job. We personally watched several of our favorite small businesses shut down. Reports are that many businesses across the country, across the world got shut down. Many farms got shut down. People couldn't be with their loved ones when they were dying. This was horrific. This was absolutely horrific what got inflicted on people. And people turned on each other. You'd have one family member berating other people, telling them you're an idiot, you're unscientific, whatever. Are we going to get an apology from all these people for what damage they did? And so now it's pretty clear. It's now August 1st, 2021, and it's becoming very clear that all these draconian measures did not work. I could have told you that. Because health is way more complicated than this. You don't just put a mask on and think it goes away. Health, your entire body is an entire. It has many things that make it up. Whether or not a virus comes in and infects it is very much dependent on whether or not you are healthy. And whether or not you are healthy is very much dependent on whether or not you can have a stable job. You can go out and breathe fresh air. I described it. You cut the trunk of the tree to save a leaf. But it's becoming very apparent now that none of these things worked. After months and months and months of draconian measures, we're now being told there's a highly contagious Delta variant out there, which is then justifying more draconian measures. We woke up one day, last Thursday, and got told that morning, even vaccinated people had to put their masks on. At the drop of a hat, all of a sudden, the entire country is expected to change their entire behavior from something that they had thought was acceptable before, for people who buy into all the entire narrative, everything. I think this caused a lot of people to go, what the heck? And so now there's a highly contagious Delta variant out there. So after all this, we still haven't beat COVID. In fact, there's something worse. Do you think maybe something we're doing is making it worse? Do you think that maybe a flu shot itself causes a more aggressive flu strain? And do you think keeping us from each other, not allowing natural immunity to work the way it does, caused yet more problems when all of a sudden everyone went back and talked to each other? These measures have failed. And they keep promising, yes, more and more. We'll get this, 2 weeks, whatever. Let me read the title of an article to you from July 14th, 2020. CDC Director, we can control virus in 4 to 8 weeks if everyone in the U.S. wears a mask. This was from Business Insider from July 14th, 2020. It will assuredly work in 4 to 8 weeks if you will just comply. We are now August 1st, 2021, and let me read another headline. This was from a few days ago. This is from the Oregonian, from the CDC Director. Masks, vaccines could stop COVID Delta variant spike within 2 weeks. When are you gonna say no? When are you gonna stand up to it? Because my husband read me an article that even despite this, even despite the Delta variant, even whatever, they're still saying the problem is the unvaxxed. If only the 100 million eligible Americans would go out and get their vax, this would go away. Assuredly would go away. They're still blaming us. They're still blaming. I'm just sitting here in my room. Literally, I'm just sitting here. And somehow I'm the evil one. Because I do not want to take I will not wear a mask. I have not worn a mask. If you make me wear a mask, you won't get me. I won't show up. I do a lot of positive things for people. I will not show up if you make me wear a mask. I will not enroll my kids in something that requires a mask. I will not vacation. And currently, I will not vacation anywhere because anywhere I go at the drop of a hat, they could say masks are now mandatory. I won't do it. So all of the tourist industry, you better take heed of that, because I will not do it until all this guarantees goes away, because I will plan my vacation if you tell me I can plan it the way I want it to be. But if I get up one morning and all of a sudden I have to do a bunch of stuff, I won't do it. And I will not take this vaccine. It's not even a vaccine. They call it a vaccine. That's not even what it promises. It promises, the only promise of this vaccine is it will reduce symptoms. And that is the only promise. That is what every pharmaceutical drug ever does. Reduces symptoms. That's not a solution. That's never been a solution. But in people's heads, they see it as vaccine by definition means you're protected. That it works the way other actual vaccines work. It doesn't. There's no even promise of it. And yet, because of the definition of vaccine, everyone says, oh, well, if we have the vaccine, because in people's perception, if you have the vaccine, life can go back to normal. And we don't have COVID. It's the best of all worlds. It's not. It's very clearly not working like that, and it was never even intended to work like that. This vaccine is known to cause death. And I know a lady who took the HPV vaccine and had a horrible reaction, and her doctor said to her, you will not take any other vaccines. And now she's not allowed to go to any restaurant or pub because they require a vaccine passport. Where is the medical exemption? Is she going to live as a second-class citizen for the rest of her life because she might be a COVID carrier? That we're going to be this fearful of other people? We're going to treat them like radioactive material? Where are the churches? That's what I want to know. They brag. They will go and touch the people who are ill. Where are they? Yeah, they absolutely disgusted me after this, that they will not stick up for the people who have had to watch their loved one die without being there, a father who can't be there when their kid is born, who can't go out and live. We can't live like this. We can't live in constant fear of an imaginary, of a thing that we can't touch, because that's what it is. And no, I'm completely opposed. I'm appalled that employers are forcing vaccinations on their employees. That is coercion. That is, it's awful, and it's awful that none of the alphabet soup regulatory agencies will stop it. You know, they used to have a requirement that any mask had to allow, a certain percentage of oxygen in. Where did that go? It's supposed to protect the employee. You're not supposed to be able to just be told to do anything that your employer says. Now they're directly telling you you're going to be forced into an emergency authorized only product that is not tested, is not vetted. You're the test subjects. I don't know if you realize that. The tests are not set to be done until the end of 2023, and already outbreaks are happening among people who are vaccinated. Do you think maybe the vaccine itself causes the problem? Do you think maybe this doesn't work the way you think it works? Do you think maybe mass mandating this emergency authorized drug across the entire world is maybe a bad idea? Do you think maybe you should stick up for people? People who literally are medically told not to do this and are being coerced into it. This is wrong. This is grossly unethical. And I need you to start speaking up. I'm putting my face out there. This is me. I'm Amber. A lot of people know me. I do very well-respected child development work. I will put my face out there, and I'm encouraging you to make a video of why you are opposed to vaccines, to this vaccine, to lockdown, to social distancing. Tell your story. Put a human face on this. That's what I'm asking you to do. Thanks for watching.